how other people struggled or how they got their book done. So I think that's important because that could be a draw for writers. And it's really reasonably priced. It's $20 pre-sale, $30 at the door. There's going to be wine and cheese. They're going to get the option to do a Q&A with the panel, talk to the authors one-on-one if they so choose. So, and it's going to be an intimate venue, so they'll really have an opportunity to get feedback from the audience. You know, the audience will have the opportunity, in other words, to interact.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I wonder, does it make sense to also not just reach out to, like, you know, the big papers like the San Diego Tribune or the other? Is there another one?
Well, I would say locally.
I would say, isn't there local ones?
Well, there's a lot of local ones, but there's one. I don't know if you're probably not familiar. There's a paper down here called The Reader, and it started out as this little kind of rag and over on the beach, and it's one of the major newspapers here. But it's very liberal, very artsy, though.
Yeah.
Well, but that might be a good one.
No, that's a good one to go to. No. I have the Reader, UT, and the Chieftain.
Okay, good.
3 papers.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so, I mean, once you have one press release done, for the most part, you could submit that to any newspaper. You probably have to have a shorter edition for some newspapers because some of them might only put a blurb and some of them might write an article.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the reality of what will happen. But I mean, a lot of newspapers too will, even if they won't write an article on you, they'll have an events section and they'll be willing to put your event in their events section.
Yes, and I know the Chieftain will do that. The UT, now I've been in the UT because when my book was released, Diamond Moms, I was all over the papers here. Mm-hmm. They did full feature articles on my work. But this is different. You know, I think the thing I struggle with, Justin, and I don't know if your other clients struggle with this, is obviously in time I would like this to be beneficial financially. But right now it is not. And it really is, my goal is to offer the service to people so that it's affordable for them. Yeah. But at the same time, it's a business. And so I get lost in that void between service and professionalism and business. And I don't want to come off sounding opportunistic. And that's my biggest concern. I want it to, because really where my heart is, I don't want people to struggle or fall down black holes where they're paying for things that don't work for them, you know? And they're wasting a ton of money. I mean, and people will take advantage of writers because Olga experienced this when she went to the publishers and writers meeting. When somebody writes a book, they suddenly become very desperate to get it out there and market it. And so they really are vulnerable. I think that's the most vulnerable a writer is once the book's finished.
And sometimes they invest a lot of their money writing the book too.
Well, they do, and it takes money to. You should plan on between $3,000 and $7,000 by the time you get through publication of your investment. Unless you're a natural, unless you have a degree in literature or you're just a natural writer and you write well, you need editors, you need illustrators.
Yeah, even if you write well, you need editors. But anyway, yeah.
So coming back to the event, so is your event on Eventbrite yet?
Yes.
It is. It's on Eventbrite. That's good. Let me see here. San Diego Eventbrite.
It's called The Storyteller's Edge. Yeah.
The things I would do is I would reach out to all the local newspapers, maybe even a local news channel.
Oh.
Fox. Whatever the local San Diego channels are, and essentially you have you could share that you're an author. I would go at them with the facts that you're an author, you have a book, and that you're running a workshop, or that you've created, or even if maybe they won't let you promote the workshop, or they'll let you promote the business. Either way, though, I think that'd be valuable too. So to tell them like, okay, well, I've created this business where I'm helping writers get their books out, or I'm helping them get started and actually start writing, especially for professionals that, that need that extra guidance. They know they have maybe the idea, but they don't know how to write. And I know you talked about writing the characters, writing the dialogue, writing the story arc, all that.
Right. So talk about me being an author, talk about the fact that I have published books and that I've created an affordable classroom where they can come.
Exactly. Just like that. I mean, that's
An affordable community. I'll figure out the wording. This is where I get the hardest. It's like the cell. I'm not good on the cell. I need my sons.
Let me see what I can. Let me see what I have. I don't know if I have a document, but let me see what I have in terms of resources for press releases too, and I'll send them over to you too.
Okay. Okay. And I can Google some too.
Yeah, you'll find a lot of them on Google, and but I have a few things, but I'll send them over to you as well. So
okay,
that'd be great.
Yeah. But the big ones, yeah. So the big ones, if you're not putting a lot of money behind the advertising, the big ones are Eventbrite. There's a few. Generally, there'll be a few sites online in your local community that will let you list your event. Also, like in LA, there's like the LA Weekly. Like I'll submit events to the LA Weekly. Like in Ventura, I can write it. If I'm just listing an event, I can write into my local Ventura Star newspaper and just they have an event section. I can submit the event online. Even some of them will let you submit events online without having to even submit a press release too.
Well, I did meet with the editor at the Chieftain, and he said the next time you guys do an event, but we normally do them locally. This is outside of Poway, but because I'm a Poway resident, they still might cover it. So I need to go.
Do we know if there's a local paper in the Sorrento Valley or near Hera Hub or something?
That isn't going to help us.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
The UT or the Reader are the ones that would be the most helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I would say there's something called Alignable or Align. Have you heard about Align?
Oh, I know. I've heard about Align.
That's kind of like it's like a LinkedIn kind of.
Yeah, it is. I know what it is.
LinkedIn too. I should get on LinkedIn because I have over 500 connections. They're going to know people who live here, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I always say leverage all your social media.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think I've told you I teach a whole class on LinkedIn. So.
You do?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Actually, I wouldn't mind taking that class. Do you do it online, Justin? Or do you do it in person?
Both. Well, it's a package I have that's like, it's a digital course, so it's all online, and then it comes with group calls too, usually.
We might want to consider that down the line.
Because I really don't know how to use it. I mean, I built my LinkedIn presence. I did some things on that to build my community, but I've not done a thing with it. Nothing.
And it can be valuable because if you really get it dialed in right, you can get some good business off of it. I don't get a ton of business off of it, but I get clients off of it, and sometimes they're relatively big clients. Like I've gotten like a $5,000 client off of LinkedIn. But what I always tell everybody, even in the course, is that you're not gonna, even if you really optimize your LinkedIn profile, you're not gonna make a ton of sales with people buying directly from the platform, but you can set up appointments, and then you can sell people through appointments, and you can make sales through phone calls.
Yeah. So I have a question to ask you. It's a little off track, but would you be interested in offering that course for a discount on our website for the members?
Yeah, sure. I can come up with something. Yeah.
That's one of the things I want to provide are other vendors who I trust, who have vetted, which I've just learned a really big lesson about vetting, how important it is. that people can actually go to and learn these skills on if they want to take a course, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, well let's talk about
We'll come back to that. Yeah.
okay, so you got my quotes.
I got your quotes. I have those, but I just got the logo last night though.
Right, that was my fault. I got wrapped up. We're having construction at our house and things were kind of haywire. But I sent you the Storyteller's Edge logo, the WIC logo, and then we filled out those worksheets. But I didn't get that to you till like midnight last night.
Yeah, so give me a few more days to get the quotes to you because I need to get the logos on them.
Sure.
Okay.
Get those processed. But I did get your quotes, and now I have all the graphics that I need. So that'll be, yeah, I'll have that for you before the next call. Probably I'll have that for you this week even. So.
Do you need more? Because I did 40. Is that enough for you to work with right now?
Yeah, that's enough for me to work with right now. Yes.
Okay.
So are these are the memes that you're going to create, correct?
Yep.
And then where are we going to post those on Facebook as ads or just as postings?
No, they'll go into Instagram, right?
They should go to both, really.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I think they can do both.
Yeah, I would post to both, and they're going to be just postings. I wouldn't run ads behind these. I'd run these are just to kind of add value, and then you should be mixing them. So we could talk a little bit more about strategy here in a second. But
okay. So yeah. Justin, do you need my login for Facebook for you to? Did I give that to you?
No. Yeah, that'd be helpful if you could send that to me.
Okay.
And for Instagram too, and I could post these to both.
Okay. Okay. And what about Twitter? Do you need my login for Twitter?
Yeah, I mean, the Twitter login and even LinkedIn would all be helpful.
Okay.
Because I could post these in all. LinkedIn, it might be a little bit different, but I could still post content in LinkedIn.
Okay, and I'll try to get in LinkedIn and at least do a press release on the event and talk about what the work I'm doing, because I've been kind of all over the map. I don't want any more clients because I don't have any more room on my plate for another client for a good 5 months.
Gotcha.
But what I do want to do is get people interested in the website. So.
Right, and signing up for membership and all that.
Have you invited all your current clients to the live event?
Yes, and I'm going to be sending out an email to them and actually offer. I was thinking a way for us to mitigate cost a little bit was to offer my current clients, if you bring a bottle of wine, you get in free, because that way it'll help us have the wine for the wine event.
Yeah, but then what if everyone brings a bottle of wine? We have more wine than we need,
No.
And then no one pays for the event.
Well, not everybody.
Okay.
I'm talking about
like your
my private clients.
Got it.
Yeah, the private clients that I have, because that still would save us some money. Tissues.
Yeah, I mean, to fill this thing, I would start there. I would always start with any current email list you have, any current clients. I would invite those people first. That'd be my first approach as far as filling an event. Generally, I always start with the warmest. I call it, the warmest lead traffic, and those are people you've already worked with.
Right.
The next thing I would do is I would actually then go to the press releases, to the newspapers, to the broader media spectrum. So you go to so even TV networks, newspapers. Radio is not going to put you on typically unless you pay. You can try. I mean, I guess you could get interviewed potentially on a radio show, but
PBS might do it.
Yeah, they might.
PBS might.
They might interview you. Like there are some radio shows that will do interviews, but they won't. You can't just promote the event without paying if you're just looking to promote the event, though. Do
I need to send a professional bio with the press release so people know it's legitimate? Because I've been featured on the Padre station here. I've been featured when I released my book. We've had newspaper articles run in the past, and I don't know if that would land. I've been on Channel 6.
Yeah.
Some credibility.
Yeah, typically when you, if you're going for like television or radio or something like that, you'd have to submit a whole press packet, and that's part of that includes a bio. So you
I have a press packet.
you do, okay.
I do.
Well, that's where we
It's
need
old.
to start. That's okay. We can update it.
I
think
forgot about
fill it
my
out.
press packet. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so especially if you're going to submit to a television network, you're going to need that press packet, and you're going to want to update it with what you're doing now. So even your bio, I would update with
Yes.
Writers in a Circle. Talk more about that. You want to bring that up to date. But yeah, that's what you'll need for submitting to those kind of avenues, those kind of networks, so or outlets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's number 2, and then number 3 would be social media organic, and that's where we're not putting money behind it, but we're promoting it, we're spreading the word as best we can, and even that, if there's any way of getting your friends to share the event. So when do you have a Facebook event created? You do,
Yes.
yeah. We've seen that. Getting your friends to share that, if you know anyone that would be willing to do that for you. That will spread it out to a larger network, and it'll help it spread naturally. So the more shares we can get on that, the better. So if you know anyone that'd be willing to do that, ask them to share it on their personal page. That will help you.
I have over 600 friends, and a lot of them are professionals. But I also have my network with Hera Hub, which I'm doing 2 business builders this week with Hera Hub, which I need to get the flyer updated so I can.
Have you invited everybody to the event from your Facebook page?
I've posted the event on my Facebook page.
No, but you have to hit. That's different.
Is that the kitty?
That was just gravity, I guess. I have a little stand here. It's on a very wobbly platform right now, my camera. So. Okay, yeah. So can I get your Facebook login and I can get on there?
Yes. Let me go to.
You're gonna lose him.
I know. I'm gonna.
Does this happen?
Actually, let me go into here because I'll go into my phone and do it from here. I think that's my Google, and I just changed it because it's my Google account, right? I'm pretty sure that's.
No, your Facebook is not your Google account.
Well, it could be.
I think it is now.
Your login could be your Google email.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah. So let me view it. Oh my God, my password is ridiculous. So if you go into accounts.google.com and put in my email address.
Accounts.google.com.
Yeah. So are you ready?
1 second. No.
Maybe I should just copy this and send it to you in an email. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Because this is like stupid. My husband gets so mad at me, and I said, yeah, well, nobody's getting into our stuff if I can help it. Okay, here we go. Just going to put a smiley face. I don't like to. On the subject line. Come on. Paste. All right. Send. All right.
Okay, and you sent that to Jay at Coaching Biz Mastery, that one?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, there it is.
It's all my kids.
Candace, Conradi@gmail.com. Okay, so you think it's the same as your Google? Is that what you're saying?
I think Facebook is Google now. I don't think it's different.
Well, they definitely did. They're not linked. If that's.
Well, let me look for Facebook. But I know, Justin, when I've done this before.
You might be using the same password. It could be. But the.
Oh no, this is different.
Okay. Can you send that to me too?
Absolutely.
But is it the same login? Is it?
It's my email
Your
address.
email.
Yeah, yeah. Duh. Come on. You will understand how my creative brain works when you see all these.
And so, you know, you might get an email that says, if you get something that your account was
Right, that you're being accessed. Yeah, yeah,
it should say Camarillo, so you'll know that's me.
yeah.
All right. And that was your, so the Facebook, that was same email address for login?
Yeah,
Yes.
same email.
I'm going to do all of them right now while we're on the phone.
Okay, that's great. All right, and I'm going to do this.
Whoop.
All right.
Showing you.
Now the event, which group was the event under? Was it under Writers?
Storyteller's Edge.
Storyteller's Edge.
That's right, it was under that one. Yeah.
There you go.
So to show you, so I've accessed the event here on your end.
Okay.
So what you can do is, if you go to more, well, let me see. Hang on. Let me get into the events here. Are now available. Okay, let's get now.
Oh, I've got to go into the details.
Here it is.
I need to edit that.
Okay.
Do we do something under share?
Yeah. So under share up here, invite friends.
Got it. What about the share on the bottom? Probably the same thing. Like, does that share there?
Yeah.
Oh, that one has it too. Okay.
Both do it. So,
So
the
just
one
go in and invite friends.
you have to go all the way into the event to get that. Yeah. Just go to invite friends.
Yeah, I know how to do that.
And if
Yeah.
there's anyone that you don't want to invite, you can kind of go through it. See this?
Well, there's some it would be useless because it wouldn't matter. I mean, they're not gonna.
But it's a great way of spreading the word. That's basically like an ad without having to run an ad, and then you can skip everyone that's already on here too.
How come it says 6 going? When did they buy their tickets? When we went in, the tickets had.
Well, because they're gonna go, but they just haven't bought their tickets.
Okay.
And it's a. Can you go? Some of those people too are like Felina is not gonna pay. So.
Well, right.
Yeah, and this is your profile, Candace. So Olga, if you went in here and you did the share, you can invite your friends too if you have people that are not overlapping.
If you have friends, she doesn't. Isn't
I don't
on
like Facebook.
Oh, you don't have Facebook, okay.
No. I mean, I do, but it's all a private account, fake name, so I can shadow people and follow them, but I don't actively participate in Facebook. And I know that's something I probably need to do in the scope of WIC, but not as Olga Singer. So anyway.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, that's my suggestion. Okay, so you have Eventbrite already linked. That's great. Already ticketing through there.
Yes.
Perfect.
Do you need the Eventbrite information from me too?
Not necessarily. Let me
Okay.
just take a look at the page real quick.
I think it just kicks you over to buy it. Or purchase. Oh, I see. Okay.
I never asked anybody to figure out why it wasn't showing up for me.
I did know. I figured it out.
I know.
Oh.
I forgot to ask him how or what it is to do.
I went into Eventbrite and fixed it. It was in Eventbrite.
Okay, so it was in that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
There's something in Eventbrite that says promote the event within Eventbrite, and
Yeah. It's a little bit different though. it's mainly, you can share, like if this is a different account, but if I'm looking at, let me see. Oh, let me see. I don't want to go into that. Yeah, well, can you share the login for Eventbrite? Would you be willing to do that? And I can,
Of course. Obviously, I'm trusting you completely.
thank you.
It's my email address. Maybe the password's easier.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this one, it's lowercase f, lowercase I.
Hold on,
Would you get that out?
hold on one second.
Oh, yeah. And if you want to write this, okay, lowercase f, like Frank, lowercase I, 2 exclamation points,
Yep.
lowercase I, lowercase t,
Okay.
the number 4, and then lowercase m, lowercase e. So it says, fill it for me.
Oh, M-E. Okay, lowercase M-E.
Yeah,
I think I got it all there.
we'll find out.
I can see it here. Folks, I missed the 4.
Yep. All right.
That is right.
Do the end.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a little bit different. But if I come in here, manage, so this is the invite and promote, but you can invite people directly to Eventbrite. So here's like an email invitation thing.
Right.
So I can come
So
in.
it's either through Facebook or direct email invitation.
Oh, you can use MailChimp.
You can use MailChimp right here if you want to integrate this, and then you can send this directly through MailChimp to your list.
Well, I'm not on MailChimp. I'm on
Constant Contact?
no,
Oh.
Aweber.
Aweber? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. One designer, invitation template. Yeah, it looks like that's fine. Aweber's okay too, but it's you'll have to kind of manually do the email.
Yeah, and I can do that. I have that down on my list to do, actually, to send out a newsletter.
But this is the promote. They don't really do advertising in here or anything.
Oh, okay.
One thing you can do though is, which I would like you to do, is to put a tracking pixel. And this is in case you end up running ads. You can do a tracking pixel in the and you actually do that over here, not there, but here, tracking pixel. You can add a Facebook pixel for retargeting with people later on. So I would recommend that you add your Facebook pixel here.
Okay, I don't know how to do that. So what does that mean?
So that, do you understand what that is first?
No.
No? Okay, let me go into your ads manager real quick here. And it looks like you've at least, yeah, you've run some ads. You've done this before. Okay.
Yeah.
So your Facebook pixel is how, if somebody visits your website or any website that you've set this up on, it will track them. And then if you want to, you can re-advertise to people that have visited your website, that have visited your and they visited the event page.
Oh, this is really important. Yeah.
So if they went to the event page but didn't purchase, you can re-advertise to them. If they
The more they see it, the more likely they are to purchase. So can you create the pixel for us?
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Okay.
I mean, creating the pixel is really easy. It just gets complicated. You have to install it on all your different areas. So let's see here.
Should that be called Storyteller's Edge pixel? Or
you actually can't. It won't let me actually rename that. So.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah.
But you can have more than one, right?
You cannot have more than one actually, but you can distinguish. Like if I want different audiences, you only get one pixel. But
Okay.
But like if I want only to have an audience of people that went to one website, I can create that. So that's all done in the audience level, but you only have one pixel.
Okay.
So then this is your, so basically what you do is you grab this piece of code and you'd put this on most websites. Like if you're running your website, you put this on the back, you put this in the header of your website, and then it will track, it'll track traffic. And even if you're not running ads, I would suggest you do it sooner than later. Or I could, you have to put it on the back end of the website, whatever website you're running. But it'll track up to a year of data. So even if you're not running ads and you want to run ads 6 months from now, you could still use all the data that's been tracked for the last 6 months. It's just tracking the data for free. So you're not paying anything to track data. You just...
Right.
So for Candace to get that code,
where do you get it at?
How does she find it so she can send it to our web person?
You go into the ads manager, where we went. So
in Facebook. Yeah, so it's located in Facebook.
Yeah. So you go into Facebook, manage ads, which did you see how to do that?
Yes.
Then you click on on the top left here. You click on this the three horizontal lines, the hamburger.
And then just go to pixels.
Yeah. So under assets over here.
Yeah.
Pixels is the third one down.
So she copies and pastes it.
Yeah, so you go here, and then when you're in Pixels, you'll go to, where is it here? I would just click on or set up pixel, this green button.
Well, you just did it, right, for us?
Yeah, no, it's set up, but I mean, if you want to install it.
Yeah, but you need to install it. So we need to go in there so I can install it on your personal website, and then we need to send it to Kinsey so she can put it on the WIC website.
So then I would click on this. It says manually install the code yourself.
Okay.
It'll give me the code.
Highlight it.
And then you add it. And
yeah.
I could just email this. Well, I think that will work. Yeah, I could email you the code.
Would you do that, Justin, just to make it easier for me? I'm so overwhelmed right now. I feel like I'm drowning. So anything that'll help me get it, because I can email this then straight to Kinsey.
Yeah, email it to me too then.
And Olga. Yeah, I promise. I can't promise. I have every intention to do that.
Okay.
So basically, as far as a strategy for going forward with what you're helping us with, and I've even forgotten what we've purchased from you, Justin. I know you're helping us, you're training us on the social media thing, but we did one other thing. What did we do?
I think it's his doing posting.
You doing the post for us, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do. So that's kind of where having your login now, I can actually get in there and do some posts.
Okay. What other one did you want me to send to you? Oh, the Instagram, right?
And Twitter if you haven't. And Twitter too if you haven't.
Twitter came. That's in your basket.
Okay, and then
under Candy Lee is my Twitter handle.
And LinkedIn too.
Okay. I'm going to do it right now so I don't forget because I have a full day. And
then do we want to talk about our offers at all? Or is there more about this that you want to go
No,
over?
this is good. Oh my God. I have no idea what this one means.
You and your passwords.
I know. I'm trying to protect myself.
Okay.
They're all coming in different emails, Justin.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I'm testing out your Eventbrite page to make sure the pixel is working now.
Okay.
You can see that page, right?
Yes.
You probably can't see my menu though. Okay, but I have a little toolbar here. I don't know if you can see this or not. Yeah, it shows that it is active. So
yeah, we can see it.
So the Facebook pixel is working now. So that's installed on the Storyteller Edge page.
How did you install it though? Where did you click it into?
So that was under the Manage Events. So,
Okay.
it's under Manage Events. I went in the event, and it's under Analytics.
Okay, Analytics. Okay, got it.
So, or Analyze, actually. So
Okay.
Analyze, and then Tracking Pixels.
And then you just pasted it in there.
Yeah, this is a slightly different. Or here it is, right here. It's down here.
Okay.
This one, they only ask for they only ask for the pixel ID number because it's already pre-set up.
Okay.
So this is the pixel ID number right here.
Got it.
And that's all I needed for this. So,
Okay.
and actually, I'll email this to you too.
Okay.
So they'll come in separate emails here.
Come on. My hand's just not warm enough.
But this is really important, especially as you get further into advertising on Facebook. Like tracking pixels are really, really important.
Yeah, and I haven't done anything. I have never had any idea how any of my advertising has worked because I just did it. And that was the other question. Are ads or boosts more effective on Facebook?
It depends on the purpose that you're looking for, really. I generally say ads are more effective because you get more targeting options.
Okay.
And hold on one second here. Pixel ID number. Oops. So do you usually boost? Is that what you generally do?
I have done both.
Okay. I mean, the main reason that I prefer to come back here and just to show you, I'm gonna go in here and do like a sample. I mean, the main reason is because you get all these different goals. So if I'm running it on the back end, I can pick my goal on what I want to do with the Facebook ads. So whether I'm running for this section here, both of these are running to the most number of people possible without regard to behavior.
I was told that that's not a good way to do it, that you don't, that if you have over a certain number on Facebook that of your audience in an ad, that it kind of ends up getting wasted. Is that true?
If you say that, if you have what in your?
If you have, so as you narrow down your specific audience, it's better to do that, because if you send it out to, a million, you're not going to get much.
Yeah, I mean, but even so, you can make this like a small audience. But the goal, these are just goals. This doesn't have anything to do with targeting.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The goal is to show this ad to as many people as possible, without the goal of like, it's optimizing for what's called impressions, which is just that means that one impression is equivalent to your ad got shown on somebody's screen, and it doesn't matter whether they looked at it, whether they clicked on it.
Oh, so it just shows up on the screen, and it can they feed through so fast now, Justin. It's like crazy.
So these ads on the left are they're like boosts. So both of those on the left, the awareness, this is like the equivalent of a boosted post about over here. Under consideration, if your goal is to drive website traffic, which might be your goal, you'd want to click traffic, because that's actually where you're optimizing for clicks instead of optimizing just for views. And that's different. You can't do that with a boosted post. If you want to optimize for engagement, and this is like get more page likes, event responses, or offer claims. So if you're promoting your events directly, you could run an engagement ad looking for event responses. That's something you can do here. And then you don't have an app. So if you actually had an app, you could run an app. App installs. They have video view optimization. Lead generation is if you want to actually capture somebody's name and email directly through Facebook. this would be like you'd have your ad, and then it would put up submit your email, submit your name directly on Facebook, and then Facebook would capture that information for you, basically.
Yeah, so that'd be like a call to action because you're trying to get something from them.
So I was sending my information to you, Justin. Do you click on one of these? So for instance, if I want to do engagement, do you click on that box? Does that take you to?
Yep. Yeah, you just click on engagement, and then here, do you want post engagement? Do I want page likes? Do I want event responses?
So how did you get here to this page?
This is just create new ad. So if I go back to...
Oh, in the ad manager. Okay.
So just to show you, though,
Yeah.
I'm in the ads manager. In the top right, they have the green button, create ad. So if
Where is it?
Oh, let me go back again here.
Sorry.
Did you see it up there on the top right?
Oh, I can't see it because the photos. Hold on, let me just move this little double down. Oh, okay, I see it now.
That green button, create ad.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I clicked, and then I come in here and I can pick my goal. So like the ads are spread into 3 different categories. There's the campaign level, which is where you pick your goal. And so this is kind of, and we'll just say that we're gonna do like traffic, for instance. And I won't save this, but the next level is your ad set, and this is where you do your budget, your targeting, and everything else. So when I come in here, this is where I have a lot more targeting options in here than I do on a boosted post.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this part.
Okay. Let me just kind of.
Yeah, no, go, but I am, but this is familiar to me, so
Okay, that's good.
I'm not lost. I would say at least
35?
50 miles, actually.
Oh.
Okay. Well, probably what I do is I'll put this a little bit lower, and then I'll go a little bit north with a different one. I don't want to get into like Tijuana. Oh
yeah, you wouldn't at 50, but.
Well, you can see on the map there. If I
Look how close.
you see how it's kind of.
Oh, I see.
So that's why I'll do a second one up in like Carlsbad or something.
Oh, I get it. Oh, that's helpful to know.
So then I could, maybe that'll be.
Oh, so you can add cities. Okay, I didn't know that. This is new. Oh, nice. Okay. So if I put Escondido, then.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is like, I have Carlsbad and San Diego, and you can, so this goes all the way up to almost to San Clemente, not quite.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't be coming down from San Clemente.
But yeah, like you could do it.
But it's down, and then it comes into Escondido right over here. So you can see Escondido on the map.
So cool. Well, it doesn't take in Poway, it doesn't look like, so I'd have to do Ramona.
Yeah, you could do them all. You could add them separately, and you could just do like 5-mile radiuses on some of those cities too. And
oh, okay. All right, perfect.
And then I'm sure you've seen. Whoops, I'll leave that now. So every time I do this, though, you can look up in the top right corner, and it'll tell me how big the potential audience is.
Right.
So the potential audience, just from this geographic region on Facebook, is 2,400,000 people.
Right.
That's the potential audience. Now I could narrow it down by age. Like, let's say that you were going for
at least 35.
35 to 65. That almost cuts it. Well, it cuts it by a little over 1 million, so 1,300,000 now.
Okay.
And then are you targeting? You're targeting men and women, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You are opening to both, but probably English only.
English, yeah.
You're not.
Yeah, English.
Only English.
Don't have a translator. That didn't change anything. And
well, that's because you have a. Oh, I see. Never mind. I apologize. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. English.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
And then you can come in here and start looking at different targeting things. So here's this is where it gets a little different than boosting, because if I go into browse over here, I could target by demographics, by interest or behaviors.
Uh-huh.
So like under demographics, I could target based on education level, So if I want like
Right.
college degree, I want
See how it lowers the potential reach.
Right.
well, that and I can add now I can add in the higher the grad like a master's degree and a professional degree. I'll put all
Mhm.
there. So that should increase it again a little bit here.
Mhm.
What did I miss there? Education. Where are we at?
Right. Send Instagram.
And then I'll add in grad school also.
I didn't change it. Interesting.
So that changed it to 520,000 now.
Yeah.
So that cut it in about half again. But now you're getting a better. So each time you do this, you're getting a more narrowed audience. So what I could do now, if I wanted to, was interesting. If I put something in here, you have to think of everything I have in this box. If I'm targeting, it's an or. It's like an or function.
Okay,
So,
not and, but or.
and if I want to do and, I have to click on this button here. It says narrow audience.
Okay.
So if I click on narrow audience, now it says here and must also match one of the following.
Okay.
Now that they're a grad student, maybe I also want them to like poets and writers or creative writing or
Well, that narrows down the,
or a writer or something
Yeah,
like
look at 18,000.
yeah.
that. So here I'm just adding a bunch of things that are tied to.
Not went up though to 35 because he's adding more. Say 70.
So let's just say like these 5.
100. That's actually a good, isn't that a pretty good reach though for promoting an event? 100,000.
That's a good. Well, I mean, it's 100,000 potential people.
Right.
So it's good. But you have to test these things and see,
Right.
which audiences work, which audiences don't. But that's how you would actually do that. And then the next thing that is important is I'd come down here to placements, and I'd actually go to edit placements, and I can decide if I want the ad to run. Do I want the ad to run in the news feed? Like you're scrolling through your news feed, you have the ad run in there.
Right.
I usually always recommend, but maybe the right column, maybe you don't want that, or maybe you can have it appear in the right column also.
Well, that's expensive though, right? That gets more expensive as you add visibility, right?
It can. I mean, it can. Yeah. So usually what I do though is I will just run it in the Facebook feed. I might run it, and then I have the option of running it on Instagram. For you, maybe you don't want to run it on Instagram. So
I do.
Okay, so then you could run it on Instagram too. And then I would turn this off. This is the Audience Network, which is a third-party apps. So it's running your ad on third-party apps.
Okay. So that goes off.
I would turn it off, and I would turn off the Messenger also. So I would probably run it like this. So you can run on Instagram or on Facebook in the news feed. And then just to show you like how advanced this gets too, if I wanted to, I could target only people that run iPhones or only people that run Android phones.
But all devices is smarter, right?
Yeah, I would do all devices. I don't think there's any.
Okay.
I don't think there's any correlation between. Unless everybody in your every customer you've ever had has an iPhone or something, you might notice that. I don't know.
Yeah, I do not notice that.
And then there's a schedule. Okay.
And then this is your budget down here in your schedule.
So what's the least amount I can spend and still be effective?
Well, what I usually do is I would spend $5 a day for a few days to actually get some data.
Okay.
And I'd probably run a couple different ads at $5 a day. So I would probably, the way I usually do it is and the main thing is I want to test different ad sets. So this thing, the whole thing of the ad set level is the targeting. So I'm all about testing, like, is this working, or do I need to create a different audience that works better?
So move it. The ad can stay the same, but your demographic would change. Is that what you're saying? Or change the ad up, make the ad different.
Well, you could. I mean, I could run this ad set, and then I could run like 3 variations of an ad to this ad set, and I could keep the budget at $5 and still have 3 variations of the ad. Or I could have one, or I could have at least 2 variations. I would probably have 2 variations of the ad, and it would just naturally spread that. It'll spread whatever budget I put here over the 2 ads that I create.
So you would definitely still have to do go in and create a different ad. You can't do the variations in only one advertising place, right?
Well, let me.
So when you're talking about variation on the ads, like you've created that, this is not in the ad, it's in the other thing, but so you've created it here for this specific demographic. Wouldn't you continue and get this closed out?
Well, the next thing I would do is I would go in and then I'd have to create an actual ad. Does that make sense? I mean.
Yeah.
So if I were to click continue, I'd then create my ad, and then once I create an ad, I could duplicate that ad and then make some slight changes, like change the headline or something like that, and have
change the photo or.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. And then make it okay. This part I'm not familiar with, so I didn't know about this part either, because I was going in. I wasn't doing it from the ad manager. I don't think I did something totally wrong.
Okay. Yeah, because here I could do a carousel ad, which is like a carousel of different photos that would scroll across, or I could do a single image, a single video, a slideshow, or these canvas ads. Which, for you, I'd probably recommend I'd probably just do either a carousel or a single image or a single video, depending on what you have.
Okay.
And then I'm putting in the text of the ad. I'm putting in the website link, things like that. That all happens in here. So.
Okay.
So that's the basis of it. I wanted to walk you through that, show you that, and I think it's important for you to have a little education on like how it works on the back end, especially in the ads manager.
Oh yeah, no, it's really important.
So if you're running simultaneous ads, like you said, you might try 2 ads. Justin, would that be at $5 a day for both ads, or each ad is $5, so we're spending $10 a day?
So you set the budget. So if you're at the ad set level, that's the final budget. So if I put like, let's say I put $10 there, I could run like 7 ads and it would still only spend that $10.
Got it.
It will spread it out to the different ads, and over time it'll pick which ones are best. So it's kind of like testing the variations, things like that. And then as you get some data back and you figure out which ones perform better, you turn the other ones off. So that's kind of the way I handle it. So
in your experience, can a little bit of money, like $10 doesn't seem very much, can that go a long way?
Well, $10 a day, yeah, it can. Well, the kind of the idea is once you dial it in and you figure out what's working and what's getting you results, that's when you kind of scale it up too.
Okay.
So it's usually $10 is enough to get good data. It may not be enough to get a ton of conversions, but it's enough to get data, and you should be able to, over time, you should be able to get a few conversions. So that's kind of that's how I would put it.
So what would be the top end amount that you recommend that wouldn't kill us as far as?
Well, it's all in testing. So if you're actually getting people buying, ideally you want to, in a perfect world, and you probably wouldn't do this it probably would take you a little while to get this, but in a perfect world, you want to almost break even on your ads versus conversions. So that's kind of in advertising, that's kind of like the ideal
rule. So we have 60 seats. That's all we have available.
Yeah. Okay. And how many?
We'd like to fill the 60.
And how many have you sold so far?
We haven't sold any. We have 10 people.
10
committed.
people who have said they're interested or coming, but they haven't actually purchased their tickets yet.
One of those is a presenter, and I may be one of those people. So right now we're at 8, based on.
And we just posted it last week, and we haven't really
last Friday. Really, I mean, we started pushing it a little more last Friday, but then we had a flip in the program that we have to go back in and adjust. And now I feel confident in going forward. I was reluctant to do it before, which is interesting, but.
So the main thing with these is, I mean, it's like I said, it's all about testing, and when you're getting started without somebody being aware of who you are, it's harder, it's harder to sell to people that don't know who you are. So the people.
We've done this for 3 years. I think most people, it's really about how I cook the flavor of the day and serve it to people at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there is a core group of people that are aware of this event because we have done it before. Not in this particular format. That part's a little bit different. But I think it's a matter of re-engaging some of that audience, but then also expanding to a bigger audience.
So another thing you can do in here is if I go into audiences, which is kind of cool, and it looks like somebody's actually, what is this?
Oh, the Mazumbo, that was the thing I did long time. You can see in 15. Okay. And I don't know what that one was.
Well, you can create custom audiences in here. So like if you have an email list, you can upload the email list in here and create an audience from that. So you can import it from a CSV file. So yeah, I'd click on like add customers from my own file, and I could upload a Excel spreadsheet in here. And then
I have one.
It'll create a custom audience based on people on your list. So it'll be everybody that's ever been on your list. So you could advertise to people that are already on your list, which are warmer audience people that maybe they're not connected to you on Facebook directly, but you have their email address. And then what you can also do, which is interesting, is you can create like lookalike audiences. So if I come in here and do like a lookalike audience, this will take any custom audience I have, and it will create people of like attributes, like qualities, like people that like similar things, and it'll create an audience of people that look like that audience. So I can do that in here as well. The other thing you can do is if I come in here to custom audience, I could look at creating an audience based on engagement, and I can look at people that have engaged with your page, the Storyteller's Edge, or people that have engaged with the Writer's Inner Circle, or
yeah, I've got some. Yeah, I've got to get rid of some of those pages, but
so I could create an audience around people that have visited your page over the last 365 days, something like that, and then I could create that audience as well.
Very cool.
Yeah. And that might be people, it might not be a big list. I don't, it might be small. So it depends on how many people have visited over the last year, and whether those are people. But you may or may not want to run your advertising to people that are there, because you might be reaching them organically.
Anyway. And they may feel attacked.
Overwhelmed.
I mean, like the Jello Pines Purpose, I could do. Diamond Moms, I could do. My professional writing services, I could do.
Yeah.
And find out. Yeah. Okay. This is helpful because I'm going to create the ad this afternoon. I've got an appointment with a client this morning, but.
Okay. So I think this was good to show you all this and to give you a little education on Facebook ads, because even if you don't end up putting a ton of money behind this now, like in the future, it's going to be really important to you.
Sure. Well, it's important to us right now because I'd like to play with it and get familiar with it for Storyteller's Edge, so as we go forward with WIC, I have a handle on what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Because honestly, once we get the WIC side up and going, what's going to matter is getting enough revenue and to keep the website up and running and all of the programs available for people. And
do you do any local networking at all?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow and Thursday. I'm a member of Hera Hub, which is a network community. Okay. Those are kind of my limited. Olga has a networking group that she works with.
Okay, because I would say, spread the word to, if you're in chambers of commerce, anything like that, spread the word to those people.
Chambers, okay. I work with I have a lot of older people that are writing memoirs that might be interested in joining. You know, they've got retirement, they've got comfortable income where they can, you know, make this their avocation or hobby and get in there and play with it. So.
And then the other thing would be like if there's any local libraries that might let you put in a flyer or something at their at the library for your event, because that your event ties into, you know, library audiences.
I might be able to. Sometimes if it's a for-profit, they won't let you do it.
Mm-hmm. That could be, yeah. I mean,
because they're a nonprofit. I mean, it would make sense for me to do a presentation at our library and go in and talk to the owners there and say, I'd love to talk to people. If people want to know how to write their memoir, I'm happy to come in and do an event. And they love getting speakers for free, but that isn't something that I'm going to be able to do between now and
the event.
But
It's a good idea to.
You might want to do that even to start building that relationship for future events.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that would be a useful relationship for you going forward. And it might be too late for this event, but it's something to look at because you know, I've gotten a lot of pull from our local libraries here, and I've spoken. Well, I've done one 2-hour presentation at my local library, and I'm doing another one in a month from now. But you know, they're great. They're great venues for getting your name out there and for lead generation and for all that. So
Okay. At some point I need to finish my memoir. I want to go away and find a mountain cabin and just bury myself in it for a month. No, actually a beach house.
A beach house.
Okay, we need to wind this up because you gotta go.
Okay. So next.
Yeah. Next steps. What I'd like. I mean, I'd like you to get a handle on your, you know, find your press packet, update your bio, update that information, and then
Can I send that to you for you to look at? Do you mind looking at it? Okay.
Go ahead and send that to me. I'll be happy to look it over. Then the press release. That's the next one.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And I'll send you whatever I can find on useful information on the press release.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And then you'll send us a link for our times for next time. We get another. Do we have another meeting we need to support?
We have one more. We have one more session, right, in our package.
I think we have 2 more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, can we wait and see where we're at when we get to the other side of some of our tasks that are in front of us, and then when I'm going, I need your help.
Yeah.
Sure.
We did a four call one, and that first one that we did, I said didn't count towards it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you'll have 2 more. So yeah. So do you want to schedule that now?
I really want to see what I've got to deal with, Justin, and see what I do or don't understand about the ads, because I may need another run through on the Facebook. But I need to know what I don't know before I schedule it. And Olga's leaving Thursday for the weekend.
Okay.
So if it happens, it would be next week at some point. And I know your calendar's full, and I will try to get you some dates as soon as I start working with within this scope of this and figure out what needs to be done for the event. And we really want to work with you on the launch of our website and coordinating all the pieces with that. So
yeah, because we have a few questions for that, and we want your advice on a couple things. So
I was hoping we could launch it on Friday, but it's going to have to be next week. There's no freaking way.
Yeah,
I just would have to not sleep, eat, or go to the bathroom for about 4 days to get it all done. So.
Okay. Yeah. Be happy to talk about that. And then also, send the other piece of homework or whatever. Send that pixel code to your web developer.
Yes, I will. I've got that on my list.
They put that on there too.
Okay. Great.
Okay. I'll send it over to Kinsey today.
And then, I'll be in communication this week too, but via email, because I want to get those memes, start those memes posting here shortly.
I'm excited about that.
That'd be great.
I'm going to look at canva.com too, because I really would love to do some stuff on the Facebook, recreate the image on the Facebook using some of their design I mean, it looks like there's some really beautiful stuff in there. So we're going to work on that too. So that could be another question we need help with. So
Awesome. Yeah. So find out. Yeah. Go explore Facebook. Go explore Canva. And then next week, if you have questions, we can go through them. I can do screen shares, walk you through all that too. So.
okay. All right. You're the best. Thank you so much. I'm really so thrilled to have you on board. And if you could put together, I'd love to put you up as a sponsor on our site. So if you just want to do a little blurb about you, a logo, or something that we can put up under the sponsors, that you're one of our sponsors, I would love to do that for you.
Thank you. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you both.
All right, we'll be in touch.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Let me